Good morning. Why? That's a pretty good question. So the observation is that toothpaste makes some foods taste pretty terrible. One easy to reach hypothesis is that it may have something to do with the mint flavor and minty sensation left after brushing. This hypothesis can be easily tested by brushing with non-mint paste the next day and taking another sip. Okay. It's definitely less minty, but it's still awful. It looks like we may have to delve a little deeper to find the answer. SLS, short for sodium lauryl sulfate, is found in almost all toothpaste. SLS is a surfactant. Surfactants are compounds that lower the surface tension of a liquid, that is, the tendency of that liquid to resist an external force. Surface tension is the force that allows these little guys to run and glide along the surface of water. Detergents, such as dish soap, are also a type of surfactant, which is why if you've ever dripped a drop of soap into a greasy pan, you'd see the grease seem to run away from the drop. And it's also what makes this cool popular YouTube experiment work. A dab of surfactant, in this case dish soap, on the end of a Q-tip, and the surface tension of the milk is greatly reduced, causing the soap to zip towards the edges of the bowl, carrying with it the food coloring and allowing the colors to mix much faster than initially, when the surface tension was high. If you want to see that again or you're interested in learning more, a quick YouTube search for magic milk will turn up a plethora of video options for you. Another common surfactant lowers a different kind of surface tension. Everyone knows that oil and vinegar don't mix. These liquids are called immiscible. Interfacial tension is the surface tension that separates two non-miscible liquids. The type of surfactant that lowers interfacial tension and allows two immiscible liquids to mix is called an emulsifier. Emulsifiers are used very often in foods. Egg yolks and mustard are two examples of commonly used food emulsifiers. Just whisk in some Dijon and your vinaigrette won't separate. Well, sure, I get all that, but why are there surfactants in toothpaste? Well, it's all about the foamy, sloppy, bubbly bubbles. Initially, it may seem that they are only a reaction to the agitation of the brushing motion. However, that's a surfactant at work, lowering the surface tension of the saliva in your mouth to form more foam much more quickly. As it turns out, the amount of surfactant that is added is only regulated by achieving the perfect foam volume to mouth volume ratio. The purpose of the mouthful of tiny bubbles is apparently twofold. One, to completely coat the teeth and toothbrush bristles. And two, to trap any food particles and plaque that has been brushed away until you're ready to spit it out. And now on to how this affects your sense of taste. Your tongue and your taste buds are separated into 5 groups, separate areas that taste sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. The fact is, surfactants repress the taste buds that taste sweetness. And that's not all. Fatty compounds called phospholipids that build up on the tongue and usually act as dampeners to your bitterness taste buds are destroyed completely by the surfactant. So not only does the SLS in toothpaste make sweet things taste not as sweet, but at the same time, it makes everything taste more bitter. It's DavyScience.